We are studying about the conditions of women's caste and reform. Yes, Bintu Chaudhary is with you in your social science class, and today we are covering chapter 8 of our book, Our Past, part 3rd. And in this one, today we are taking part 3rd of women, caste and reform. Earlier we read about the conditions of women in that time, because the conditions became so much worse, and Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar and many reformers took steps for the betterment of the lives of women. As in the year 1829 Sati Pratha totally banned, and in the year 1856 Widows Remarriages or Women's Remarriages Act was passed, but this position was not so much easy as we read, because many conditions, many circumstances on that time became very worst, and even our own community, it means Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar's own community and other peoples who opposed him always boycotted him from the society. But not only Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, not only Raja Ram Mohan Rai, but other reformers also took initiative. Even ladies also came forward for the betterment of the widows and their own economically sound position. They made shelters and other things also. And when we are talking about the conditions of women, especially in Hindus, especially in Muslims, all have a betterment in their lives, because many reformers took initiative for them, and even they started schools also, especially for girls. And not only they started, but they took initiative to be in a position that they came forward and reached to universities, and many vocational institutes were also established, because doctors, teachers, many created from those institutes. So, as we read about our chapter reading session, previous parts we discussed about this one. So, today we are taking part 3rd, and in this part 3rd we will discuss about the caste and social reform. Students, when we are discussing about casteism, this is not a issue of the previous one, it means from the history. Still we have, in the present time we have the same issue. So, we will study about caste and social reforms, how reforms took place in the society. Ram Mohan Roy translated an old Buddhist text that was critical of caste. It means Buddhist text also explained that no casteism is there. So, as per Ram Mohan Roy, he translated Buddhist text for the actual conditions of the casteism. The Prarthana Samaj adhered to the tradition of bhakti. Yes, जब हम प्रार्थना समाज की बात करते हैं तो प्रार्थना समाज में भक्ति के माध्यम से बताया गया दैट बिलीव्ड इन स्पिरिचुअल इक्वलिटी ऑफ ऑल कास्ट. इट मीन्स ऑल कास्ट आर सेम, and as per spiritual bhakti system, that no upper classes, no middle classes, no lower classes, untouchables, lower caste are there, all equally treated in front of the bhakti system. So, Prarthana Samaj also adhered the same one. When we are talking about the situation of Bombay, in that time in Bombay, the Paramhans Mandali was founded in 1840 to work for the abolition of caste. So, not only one or two members took initiative, many came forward for the betterment of the casteism system, equality of the casteism. Same in Bombay in the year 1840, Paramhans Mandali also took initiative and do work for the abolition of casteism. Many of these reformers and members of reform associations were people of upper caste. अब देखिए कौन कास्टिज्म के लिए रिफॉर्मर के रूप में काम कर रहा है. यहाँ पे काम करने वाले अपर कास्ट के लोग हैं. It means they also needed that no casteism is there, equality is the main thing, and this is also done by the reformers, especially with the upper caste peoples. So they also took initiative. There were also others who questioned the injustice of the caste social orders. It means not only one or two, three fellows, not only mandalis, not only associations, but also other peoples there who questioned the injustices. Injustices for whom, students? Injustices of the caste social order. It means they also wanted that all castes are same in society. During the course of the 19th century, Christian missionaries began setting up schools for tribal groups and lower caste children. Yes, as we studied in our previous chapters also about the study, about the education by the British rulers, same in that way these Christian missionaries began setting up some institutions, some schools for whom? For the tribal groups, for the lower caste children, that they took initiative for the betterment of their education. It means primary education is compulsory not only for upper level class, but also Christian missionaries started tribal groups and lower caste children's schools there. At the same time, the poor began leaving their villages to look for jobs that were opening up in the cities. So, the situations in the villages, in the rural areas, not same as earlier, because poor begins living from their villages. Many conditions were there, as casteism, as we know about the tribal new forest laws also attempted on that time. So many reasons behind leaving their villages by the people, but the main thing for the jobs, yes, they look for jobs that were opening up in the cities, not in the rural areas. There was work in the factories that were coming up and jobs in municipalities. So not only in cities. What about others, students? About factories also. Yes, many jobs in factories as well as jobs in municipalities also. At present also municipality gives jobs to many persons. You have read about the expansion of cities in chapter 6. Yes, in chapter 6 you with me read about the cities expansion. In that one we need, it means in that time cities needed many jobs and many persons for the new jobs, and how these persons got? Only by the switching off from one place to another. How? We will read here. Think of the new demands of labor this created. Drains, see, drains had to be dug. ड्रेन्स बनाने ज़रूरी थे, रोड्स लेड, सड़कें बिछानी ज़रूरी थी, बिल्डिंग्स कंस्ट्रक्टेड एंड सिटीज़ क्लीन, एंड फॉर ऑल दीज पर्सन needed, and for these jobs for the persons all switched off from one place to the another place. See this one, a coolie ship in the 19th century. This coolie ship took people from one place to the another place, not only in India but in abroad also. This required coolies, diggers, carriers, bricklayers, sewage cleaners, sweepers, palanquin bearers, rickshaws, pullers. It means many jobs were created in cities, and all these job alerts needed persons there. Where did this labor come from? The main question arises that for all these works, from where did this labor come there? So what's the main thing here? See, the poor from the villages and small towns, many of them from low caste, began moving to the cities where there was a new demand for labor. For the fulfillment of the demand of labor, persons came there, and from where they came? From the villages, they came from the small towns, and many of them from the low caste. They began moving to the cities only and only in search of the labor. Some also went to work in plantations in Assam, Mauritius, Trinidad and Indonesia. It means when we study about the new forest laws and the forest rules, in that chapter also we discussed that many tribal people switched off from the forest area to the plantation area, it means in Assam, and many of them and other peoples also switched off to the abroad also, it means to Mauritius, to Trinidad and Indonesia. So, and these coolie ships were only those they switch off these people from one place to the another place. Work in the new locations was often very hard. Yes, आपको भी कोई कहते कि आज आप यहाँ पे पढ़ रहे हैं, आपको अब दूसरा स्कूल स्विच ऑफ करना है, लॉट ऑफ टेंशंस, न्यू फ्रेंड्स कैसा होगा, टीचर से आपका ट्यूनिंग कैसा होगा, वहाँ पे आपको होमवर्क किस तरह से दिया जाएगा, बट इज द स्कूल टाइमिंग्स, मैनी थिंग्स आर देयर फॉर डिस्कशन. सेम हेयर, न्यू लोकेशंस, जॉब्स really often very hard for the people who switched off from their own family or from their own towns and villages. But the poor, the people from low caste saw this as an opportunity to get away from the oppressive hold that upper caste landowners exercised over their lives and the daily humiliation they suffered. सिर्फ जॉब की तलाश में जाना, यहाँ पे यह कहना अनुचित होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि जो लो क्लास पीपल थे, जो पुअर पीपल थे, उनको एक तरह से अवसर मिल रहा था. अवसर किसका मिल रहा था बच्चों? टू स्विच ऑफ, टू गेट अवे फ्रॉम द अप्रेसिव होल्ड. अप्रेसिव होल्ड हु अप्रेस्ड देम? upper caste landowners always oppressed them and exercised over their lives and the daily humiliation. Yes, these poor peoples and low caste peoples always humiliated and suffered by the upper class people. So they want to switch off from their place to the another one. There were other jobs too. The army, for instance, offered opportunities also. So not only these jobs, other than these jobs just we discussed, army also offered many opportunities to these peoples. A number of Mahar people who were regarded as untouchable फाउंड जॉब्स इन द महार रेजिमेंट. अब हम एक विशेष का एक एग्जाम्पल भी यहाँ पे दे रहे हैं जो हमारी बुक में है कि जो महार पीपल हैं उनके लिए स्पेशली महार रेजिमेंट बनाई गई थी एंड ऑल दीज हु वर रिगार्डेड एज अनटचेबल फाउंड जॉब्स इन द महार रेजिमेंट देयर. सो द कंसेप्ट, द सिनेरियो ऑफ डिफरेंट जॉब्स, आई थिंक इट टोटली क्लियर इन योर माइंड स्टूडेंट्स. द फादर ऑफ B.R. Ambedkar, Bhimrao Ambedkar, the leader of the Dalit movement, taught at an army school. अब हम भीमराव अंबेडकर सर की बात करते हैं तो भीमराव अंबेडकर सर के जो फादर हैं वो एक आर्मी स्कूल में लीडर के रूप में, लीडर ऑफ द दलित मूवमेंट थे, वो आर्मी स्कूल में पढ़ाते थे. और जब हम उनके पढ़ाने की बात करते हैं, सी डबलाज ऑफ गुजरात कैरिंग मैंगोज टू द मार्केट. जब हम बात करते हैं कि कई तरह की सिचुएशंस हुई थी, जो लोअर क्लास हैं, जो ट्राइबल पीपल्स हैं, उनको सफ़र किया गया था. सेम एज इन दैट वे सी दीज डबलाज ऑफ गुजरात, दीज आर द ट्राइबल ग्रुप्स एंड दीज कैरिंग मैंगोज टू द मार्केट ऑन देयर हेड्स with the things from one switch off to the another one. It means from forest to the city's market. And when we are discussing about Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, when we are discussing about the tribal groups, when we are discussing about the different opportunities, different jobs to the lower caste people and the other people who switched off from one place to the another place in search of jobs, it means many jobs created for them. See, we have one important topic here, demands for equality and justice. who demanded equality, who demanded justice, and from whom they demanded. This is the main question. So, see here, gradually by the second half of the 19th century, people from within the non-Brahman caste, इट मीन्स जो नॉन ब्राह्मण लोग थे, उन्होंने क्या किया, दे बिगेन ऑर्गेनाइजिंग मूवमेंट्स अगेंस्ट कास्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन एंड डिमांडेड सोशल इक्वलिटी and justice. It means not only untouchables but other than untouchables, non-Brahmin, all non-Brahmin caste, they began organizing movements for what reason, against caste discrimination, and they demanded social equality and justice for all the citizens. Not only upper caste have this one, all people needed social justice and equality for themselves. The Satnami movement, see different movements also going on that time. The Satnami movement in central India was founded by Ghasidas, who worked among the leader workers and organized a movement to improve their social caste. अब जब हम social caste की बात करते हैं, हम peoples की बात करते हैं, same in that one, this one was the case. Ghasidas started Satnami movement in central India, and the main aim of starting this Satnami movement was for what? For the improvement of their social status in society, because these are leather workers who made bags and shoes and other things made by these leathers. When we are talking about Eastern Bengal, in Eastern Bengal, Haridas Thakur's Matwa sect worked among Chandala कल्टिवेटर्स. इट मीन्स चंदाला कल्टिवेटर्स जो वहाँ पे काम कर रहे थे, उनके लिए भी एक मूवमेंट स्टार्ट किया गया, एंड दैट मूवमेंट वाज स्टार्टेड बाय हरिदास ठाकुर. It means in different parts of India, different movements were going on for the equality, social equality and justice for the non-Brahmin caste peoples. Haridas questioned Brahminical text that supported the कास्ट सिस्टम. और यहाँ पे हरिदास ने तो जो ब्राह्मणिकल टेक्स्ट था उसके ऊपर भी एक क्वेश्चन अराइज कर दिया था. व्हाट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन? सी, in what is present day Kerala, a guru from Izhava caste named Sri Narayana Guru proclaimed the ideas of unity for his people. See the picture of Sri Narayana Guru in this one. When we are talking about Haridas and Haridas question to the Brahmanical text, that why these shows themselves as a upper class. These are not upper class, we are upper class, because we are the real landowners of this place and not these Brahmins. And same when we are talking about present Kerala situation, the Guru Azhava caste Sri Narayan Guru, namely Sri Narayan Guru, he also proclaimed the ideas of unity for his people. It means all needed equality, social equality, all needed justice for themselves, and that's why they started campaign, that's why they started movements. He argued against treating people unequally on the basis of caste difference. See, when we are talking about different gurus, he also argued same as against treating people unequality. Inequality was the main thing that everyone arises on the basis of caste differences, and according to him all humankind belong to the same caste. Yes, different people have different arguments and they had some logic, they had some proofs of ancient texts and Buddhist texts and others also for their talks, for their thoughts, for their fulfillment of equality of social justice. See, one of his famous statements was Oru Jatti, Oru Matam, Oru Daivam, Manushya. It means one caste, one religion. one God फॉर ह्यूमन काइंड। तो यह एक जो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि समस्त जो मानव जाति है उसके लिए सिर्फ एक ही तो भगवान है, और यही चीज़ इन्होंने अपने स्टेटमेंट में भी अपनी खुद की लैंग्वेज में भी कही थी, और इसी का हमने यहाँ पे आपको ट्रांसलेशन करके भी बताया है। बच्चों हम यहाँ पे एक और चीज़ ले रहे हैं, गुलामगिरी। व्हाट्स दिस गुलामगिरी? इज दिस सम बुक्स नेम or is this some other thing, any social movement, any organization or any person's name? No, something about book. Yes, we will study about this one. One of the most vocal amongst the low caste leaders was Jyotirao Phule. It means in this one we are talking about Jyotirao Phule, and what's the connection of Jyotirao Phule to Gulamgiri? We will tell you this thing also. Low caste leaders name was Jyotirao Phule, and he was the most vocal amongst the low caste. What's the main thing? Born in 1827, he studied in a school set up by Christian missionaries. It means when we started our previous chapters, and in that one we studied about the missionaries schools, and in that Christian missionaries school they started for the tribal peoples, they started for the lower caste childrens, and in that one Jyotirao Phule studied in the year 1827 born Jyotirao Phule. He studied in the same Christian missionaries school. On growing up, he developed his own ideas about the injustice of caste society. The main aim of study is not to develop it himself or herself, but the main aim that growing up he developed his own ideas. Own ideas about what? Own ideas about the injustices of caste society. It means he totally against the casteism and inequality in the caste system. He set out to attack the Brahmins. See, the main claim Jyotirao Phule had claimed that they were superior to others. Who claimed? Brahmins. Brahmins claimed that they were superior to others, but Jyotirao Phule attacked on this one since they were Aryans. And what's the reason behind this attack? Because Jyotirao Phule had a statement for this one, and the statement is what? That Brahmins were Aryans, then how they were superior on ourselves? They were not totally superior. See the picture of Jyotirao Phule, and he totally involved in the teachings to the people. Even his wife Savitribai Phule also taught girls, especially girls, women of all caste, and especially to the lower caste girls. Okay. Phule argued that the Aryans were foreigners. What's the reason behind that Brahmins were not superior? Phule argued that the Aryans were foreigners who came from outside the subcontinent and defeated and subjugated the true children of the country. See the main claim, main reason behind the superiority complex of Brahmins. He totally argued against that one, because he argued that these Aryans were foreigners and they came outside from the subcontinent and defeated the, subjugated the true children of the country. Who were the true children? Those who had lived here from before the coming of the Aryans. It means true children here named as the lower caste people or the other than caste of the Brahmins. Okay, upper class peoples. As the Aryans established their dominance, they began looking at the defeated population as inferior, as low caste people. But what's the criteria of these Aryans? Aryans established themselves there, and with that one they totally dominates there. They defeated the population as inferior. They treated them as inferior, as low caste people. It means Aryans thought themselves to be the superior one of the society. The main reason, according to Phule, The upper caste had no right to their land and power. Many reasons behind it, but Phule exclaimed with the proof, in reality the land belonged to indigenous people, the so-called lower caste. And here Jyotirao Phule totally explained that these Aryans were foreigners and they came from the subcontinent. That's why they were not the real owner of that land. Only and only so-called low caste peoples really belong to the land and their own power, not the Aryans, because this land and this property belongs to the so-called low caste peoples, because they were not foreigners. As per Phule, who were foreigners? Aryans were foreigners. Okay. He proposed that Shudras it means laboring caste, and Ati Shudras. Yes, in the first part we divided casteism into four systems: upper caste, Brahmin, Kshatriyas, and in second one we discussed about the working class and Shudras, and in third one we discussed about the preachers, potters, etc. And in the last, Ati Shudras, it means untouchables, should unite to challenge caste discrimination. It means as per Jyotirao Phule, not only untouchables but also the laboring caste. It means Shudras and Ati Shudras both united themselves for what? For the challenge of caste discrimination. It's not the issue of only low caste people. It's the issue of Shudras and Ati Shudras. So they both unite to each other. The Satya Sodhak Samaj, it means different foundations, different committees were also established. The Satya Sodhak Samaj, an association Phule founded, propagated caste equality. It means the association, namely Satya Sodhak Samaj, and founded by whom? Founded by Jyotirao Phule. These foundations, these organizations are so much important as per for your GK purpose also. So, continuously write all these things in your copies also, students, that Jyotirao Phule's this association propagated caste equality. They also needed caste equality for all the peoples of the society. In the year 1873, Phule wrote a book named Gulamgiri, meaning slavery. So, the topic here, Gulamgiri, totally clear in your mind. We started from the topic Gulamgiri. Who wrote this book? Gulamgiri is a book which was written by Jyotirao Phule, and this was written in the year 1873, and this book's proper meaning is slavery, gulami karna, है ना. Some 10 years before this, the American Civil War had been fought, leading to the end of slavery in America. From where the concept of Gulamgiri or slavery came in the mind of Jyotirao Phule? See, some 10 years before, an incident occurred in America, and in that one American Civil War had been fought, and in that, what's the main ending of that war? See, leading to the end of the slavery in America. अमेरिका में गुलाम वंश को बिल्कुल ख़त्म कर दिया गया था. So the concept of slavery or गुलामगिरी came from this American war, civil war, to the mind of Jyotirao Phule. Phule dedicated his book to all those Americans who had fought to free slaves. That's why Jyotirao Phule named Gulamgiri to his book, and in that book he dedicated totally this book to whom? To the Americans who had fought for what? Had fought to free slaves in America, thus establishing a link between the conditions of the lower caste in India and the black slaves in America. And what's the main reason behind this one? First one, the end of slavery in America. Second one, the conditions of the lower caste in India. same as the conditions of the black slaves in America. That's why he wrote Gulamgiri, and that's why he titled this book Gulamgiri. Okay, so the concept of slavery and Gulamgiri totally clear in your mind. Students, we will continue this part, this chapter in our next session also. So stay with us. Have a nice day.